Hello, good morning. Welcome back to the vlogging thing. I guess I should say that to myself, really, but hello, it's been a while. Happy New Year. Happy next year of life for me. I celebrated my birthday last week in Paris with my husband, and it was exactly as it sounds, an absolute dream. I came back feeling so fortunate, lucky, happy, grateful, excited, and now I just need to get into the rhythm again. So here we are, recording. I'm going to pack up my stuff and go to the studio, which, if you didn't know, I don't have to work from home anymore. And that doesn't make sense to me. And maybe it will soon, but for now, no sense being made. But I gotta get into the habit of packing up my things and making a game plan. Oops. Making a game plan for my week. And I have a call at 10 with a possible partnership. I can't really tell the vibes. The email sounded cool and I'm interested, but maybe I'll have more to say on that after I figure out what exactly is going on. And until then, I'm just gonna make myself a matcha, gather a few things. I need to bring my space heater because it is cold there, because it's been cold here. We got home from Paris, and the day we got home, it was colder here than it was in Paris. That doesn't make sense to me. So I'm gonna grab that, and then I'll gab while I make some matcha. Thank you for being here. It feels weird to be picking up the camera again after I haven't in a while and wasn't sure if I would. But it is so much a part of my creative process that at this point in time, it kind of feels weird to not. So I'm just gonna lean into that and celebrate the fact that I enjoy making videos and that it feels weird to not. So here we are. Let's go. Hello, good morning. Yesterday, as you saw, I was just easing back into my rhythm. It is now Thursday. We got home on Monday. I still have been waking up at 3:30 or 3 a.m. because that's 9 a.m. in Paris when I was waking up for 5 days straight. And that is hard. So I am, trying to give myself some grace and just be slow. So that's literally what yesterday was. I didn't talk to anybody until 3 p.m. And, and I was updating all of my financial stuff. We're probably going to do our taxes soon. So I was just making sure that everything is in order for that. And I took so many pictures in Paris. So many. I think the count was like almost 800, and I narrowed it down to like 400. And then I'm going to make a photo book because that's my thing. Whenever we take a trip, I always make a photo book about it. I have stacks of them, and it's kind of just the easiest way for me to catalog and remember the trip. This year, I've been really, thus far, focusing on remembering things. I used to be really good at that in my 20s, and I miss it. I want to keep remembering and keep having a catalog of all of the good years and all of the not great times, and uh not just keep everything stuck on my phone. That's so sad. There are pictures in my camera roll that I'll just never see or will never see the light of day. So I've been printing more, been using my instant camera more, and making more photo books. And so I really wanted to edit all of those photos yesterday so that I could actually make it before I start getting back into pottery, which my first pottery project this year is for a gallery, which is amazing, unreal, exciting. Honestly, the start to this year has been so full and good and rich, and I feel so happy and grateful and it's crazy what getting away from your normal reality for a few days and being immersed in somewhere you don't know, barely know the language. There's so many old things around you, so much rich history, and so much art and just beauty, and they're endless. Crazy what that, along with a bunch of steps outside in the sunlight in 50-degree weather, can do for your brain. I actually feel clear headed, and that is amazing. And I think a great start to whatever I'm going to be making this year. Also, I got these silly rings at a giant flea market in Paris that I could have stayed at for like days, and they make me really happy. I think that was my one of my major takeaways from Paris is one, waking up and having a slow morning can change everything, which I feel like I'm very good at, but I think doing so and sitting outside and like not rushing into the day really does change everything. And every day there, we just sat at a cafe and kind of people watched and drank our coffee slowly. I also was getting back into sketchbooking and doing that every day, so that's been very helpful. There are just a lot of more fun, playful things that I'm trying to implement into this year. And it was really fun to start that in Paris. January was a great month. It's not over yet. I usually take time off for my birthday just because it's like halfway through the month. And I'm usually still coming down from the holiday hubbubaloo, which I definitely was and still feel like so not ready to like make stuff again. But I think being back in the studio and around all my stuff will help that. So I'm trying to get there before my call since I woke up early enough so that I can have some time to settle in and yeah, figure out my new rhythm for working from somewhere else. I haven't made anything there yet, so yeah, it's just like feels weird to even think about. I also reflected on just what I'm hoping for this year as a business. It's so hard for me to combine the artist and the business and make it work, but I really either need to figure that out this year in a better way or get a job and make this extra part-time, which I've been heavily considering. And I mean, I already have like a part-time job, but that's just a couple days a week at a coffee shop. So it doesn't feel, the stakes are very low. It's not like I have to like clock in for 9 hours every or 8 hours like Monday to Friday and whatever. There's way less commitment there than a full-time 40-hour a week job. And it definitely helps in getting me out of my elements, socializing with people, doing something with my hands that's not making pottery. But I feel like I just need a big bump in the financial side of things so that I can have a little more peace this year when it comes to money stuff. And I've been trying to decide if I want to push my ceramics to help it feed me even more or get something else that can help feed me and then um, let my ceramics just do whatever it wants to do. And that sounds way more appealing just because I think the less pressure would help, but pressure also makes things happen. That's how diamonds are made, right? Or pretty precious stones. But I just don't know. It's so hard to decide on what would actually make me feel like my fullest self or that my artist self is being represented in all the ways that I want it to be. I don't know, but these are the things that I've been thinking about as I haven't been working. It's 8 o'clock. I need to finish this. Basically, I have no idea what I'm doing this year, and that is crazy, because it's almost February, and I think I haven't done anything this year because mentally, I think I had already decided that I want to wake up when the flowers wake up in the spring, and that's when I want things to start and happen. And so, figuring out other ways to make money during this time, either with the pieces that I already have, working more at my other job, just to give my brain some space so that I can actually make a bunch of fun stuff this year that I'm excited about and work on this gallery piece that is due at the end of February, beginning of March. I really just wanted to give a lot of time and focus to that, which I didn't fully explain, but I'm going to be in a gallery installation involving 40 other ceramic artists, and I need to make a 10-inch plate-like vessel that honors a woman in history or who's alive now. The woman I'm choosing is Mary Oliver. She's a poet, a writer. I love her work, have for a very long time. Feel very connected to the way that she writes, and it, yeah, her work is fascinating to me. She's just really good at noticing and appreciating the natural world, and what more do you need? But I was reading some of her works at the end of last year, and one of them I hadn't read before, and it basically inspired what I want to do for the plate. And I haven't started it yet, and I need to start it. And I probably need to make like 4 versions so that I can guarantee that one of them works. So the goal is to go in today, get acclimated to my studio space and start drawing up, getting measurements and all the actual logistics for making this plate happen after my call, and then getting to work this weekend, next week, and really just playing around and hoping that in the play and in the noticing, I can come up with the idea that I really want, or what needs to be made will be made. Yeah, I've never done anything like this before. It feels very intimidating, but also very exciting. It was really cool to be on a call with all of these women who make beautiful things and to be one of them. Uh, and to be celebrated in this way is just so cool. Great way to start the year. So I think mentally, I just want space for that and not space for production, filling my shops and all that kind of stuff. I still have a bunch of stuff left over. Wow, they look so cute over there right now. They're beautiful with my space heater. Anyways, I still have that stuff. So there are things that I can send out into the world and make it work for me. And I think that's what I need to figure out this year is what's going to work for me, not for anybody else. What's going to work for me, for my husband and I, like how can I contribute more and make it to where our lives feel uh, just a little more financially free, which is hard to do in 2026 in America. But gonna make it happen. Okay, I need to get to stepping, drinking, should probably eat something, and I'll see you at the studio. Thank you. I'm very excited. Even though I have no idea what I'm doing, I'm very excited. Which is a theme, I guess. I am 35 now, and I feel like this birthday just felt very monumental for me, which I'm sure somebody older than me would be like, baby girl, you're just 35, calm down. But something about birthdays feel important to me. And this one just felt very important. It felt like I was ending a chapter of my life and starting a new chapter of my life. Why? I don't know. Maybe it will come to make sense to me later on. But it just felt like a lot of things were happening at the start of this year that would launch me into something entirely different. And I want to like notice that and save space for that and celebrate the fact that it is 5 years of doing wonky. 5 years. Oh, I also got a tattoo to celebrate that. Please hold. Pulled up a photo of my tattoo, but can you see her? She's perfect and my little emotional support bestie. And she has 5 petals in honor of my 5 years of making ceramics and being a solopreneur, starting a business, going out on my own, quitting my job, doing all of the things that have led to me feeling like my most self. I didn't realize until after the fact that she had 5 petals, which is funny because this is like the flower that I put on all of my thank you cards. I put on some mugs and I doodle in my sketchbook almost every time I sit down to draw, and that's just like my signature silly smiley. And the guy that did it was an old friend, and I loved his style and just how he made it look so 3D and so puffy and fun. But the fact that there's 5 petals on it, and I didn't realize that until afterwards, also felt very special. And now I just feel ready to take on whatever this year has now that I have my little buddy with me. That is my first tattoo ever. It was quite the experience. I literally got it like 2 days before we left on our trip. And that was, yeah. A move, but I'm so glad I did it. It was way less scary than I thought it would be. And honestly, I feel so complete with having her that I don't even know if I want any more. I know a lot of people are like, once you get one, you can't stop. I originally was going to get a piece like this big. Did not. She's my whole shoulder, and I'm kind of glad that I did that because now it feels like complete and like I don't need to experience that again. Even though it wasn't terrible, it's just not fun. But okay. I think those are the majority of my updates. If I think of more, you'll see them throughout this video. Hopefully I've been sharing some of my Paris pictures while I've been word vomiting here, which is not my norm. And again, thank you. This video probably won't be that much, especially since I've spent 90% of it talking, but we're catching up. It's been a minute and somehow a lot has happened. Sign up to my monthly newsletter, which will go out at the end of this month and I'll probably work on in this video because I feel like sometimes written word, I can explain myself better and maybe will have my brain as to like what you can expect for Wonky Ceramics 2026 and like getting pieces and the avenues that I plan on selling in and when I'll update my shop, all of that kind of stuff. I will explain there. And it's just a great way to keep in touch with me. And I'll probably share a blog post with all of my Paris pictures and recs and all of those things. And yeah, I don't know. I just like it. And I think it's a great way to stay in touch so that I don't have to gab for an hour on here. Okay, I'm gonna warm up my matcha and get to stepping. We've made it. I've got my space heater going because it is chilly in here, but it's honestly not that bad. It just feels like it won't lift. But I'm here. I have been running around for the past half hour, just like organizing myself and putting stuff where I want it. And now I have this little corner here where I've kept so that I can have a little moment to write things down, get my thoughts together. That's not a place that will be covered in clay. So we'll sit here and get my life together. I bought these little silly notebooks for my friend who I'm sharing this space with, which I feel like I've shown her in my videos before. Sarah, she's amazing. And now this is my specific studio to-do list that I leave here on this table so that I come in and immediately write down what it is that I'm going to do today. Forming habits. And I bought a croissant for breakfast, health and wellness. And I'm eating it in this sweet little dish that my friend made me and gave me for my birthday. It's so cute. And it honestly, I know it's like a trinket tray, but it's the perfect croissant holder. So I need to send her a photo of that. And my call is in 30 minutes, so I have plenty of time to figure things out. As I've stated, have been doing pretty good at sketchbooking every day. I guess I can. Tiny little guy. I don't know, it's one of the like $5 art creation ones. I just love this color. I actually painted my shelf this color, 2 shelves this color. Yeah, great color. Great color. So this is the year thus far. And most of it, especially in Paris, was just like me documenting. My goodness. And I liked drawing very loosely and definitely like architecture, little scenes and stuff like that. And we were just experiencing so much of that. So I'm trying to keep it up and also write more in this as well. And yeah, that is what I'm going to do now that I have a rough game plan for the day, which isn't much. I just need to get my act together, let the motivation rise, and get to work. My thought right now for YouTube is just like uploading once a month, like how I do my monthly newsletter, but just do a monthly newsletter, but on YouTube, just to keep things slow paced. And I love it so much. And I obviously can do one every week. I have been for the past however long. But I think I just want to try that out, see if I enjoy the more longer form or even longer form than what I've been doing, and how I like editing that and how that is received. Yeah. this whole process for me is really just messing around. I don't really try and follow any rules because it's just playing for me and I want to keep it that way. So I just figured I would try out once a month videos at the end of the month, kind of tie a little bow on top of whatever happened in the previous 30 days and share that with you all because I do like sharing. I think that's why I like working for myself because I like every step of the process, the full creation, and why it sounds really hard to work for somebody else because I like being in the idea phase, putting the thing in motion, selling the thing, figuring out how to sell the thing and get the thing to the people and all and documenting that along the way. So I want to keep doing that and not neglect that part of truly it is a part of the business and also just a part of my creative practice. So that's my 2 cents on that. I'm just giving a lot of sense right now, and I hope you enjoyed that. Call complete. It's basically like I would be partnering with them to make some exclusive pieces, but their focus is to do so in a way that highlights the maker, doesn't ask for large quantities of things, and gives very long timelines because a lot of the people involved in this company are makers themselves, so they get it. And I met the girl at a market and she's wonderful. And so I don't know. I was just really appreciative of how she was celebrating my work and also wanting to provide me an opportunity to have a really cool experience trying something new, but still being able to make all the stuff that I make. And I mean, the exclusivity thing, I think I'm okay with that. I'm sure depending on what it is I come up with, how much I love it or not, and how much it is my vibe or not, I think that would be hard to not be able to sell it myself. But I think that it could be cool to try out, and the stakes are very low. I said I was interested in giving it a run, and if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. But they caught me at a good time because I hadn't really started work for the year and haven't committed to a bunch yet this year. And so I think that, in addition to updating my online store, stocking my 2 shops, and possibly bringing back Wonky Tonk, my quarterly subscription, I'll probably launch that in the spring. Those are my like big ticket goals. So I think they were mentioning like doing pre-orders or collabs or wholesale where the quantities would be like 15 to maybe 30 pieces. It's like I think that would keep me full. And I, as previously stated, wanted to do more this year to make this more financially viable. And I think that that could be a way to make it happen if it goes well. They're obviously like forming the program as they're talking to artists and seeing what works for them, what would also work for the company, so that everybody kind of gets what they need. And I just appreciated the way that they were coming at me with it, of just being very thoughtful and sensitive to the challenges that arise when you're a maker on your own and just how much support and time we need to make the stuff we make. So I feel very good after that. working on my wonky talk. I'm bringing it back. I think the call was honestly just what I needed to get my gears going as far as what I'm going to accomplish this year. I'm not going to start it till March, but right now I'm at least planning out the web page. I'm going to change all of the graphics and make new ones because the stuff is from when I launched it, which I still love it. I just want to update the colors and maybe the layout and design and get all the pricing updated and make sure it's clear what you're getting when you're getting it. So I think I'm going to launch it in March, send out the first gift upon launching it, and then send the next ones each quarter. So summer, fall, and winter. Sometime at the end of the month or at the start of the next season, whatever ends up working out. Looking forward to it. I think I'm back in the game now. If I don't talk again, thank you so much for coming along this very chatty catch up vlog with me and just spending a nice day with me getting back into the hang of things. I think we're gonna go take a walk to get some coffee after we finish our individual tasks. Thank you so much. I feel like I'm getting somewhere. I have my calendar mapped out. I'm starting this. I'm gonna write my newsletter. Things are happening. So stay tuned for more and sign up to my newsletter if you want to hear what's next sooner. And see you in the next one, whatever that one may be. And I hope the new year is off to a great start for you and all good things. Thought I was done, but I'm not. I forgot to say, I hit 4,000 subscribers, and I said I would do a giveaway because I've done one for every 1,000 that I've got. And if you want to win this cute little mug, one of my patchwork buddies, probably like 8 ounces, maybe 10, comment down below anything you feel like sharing. And I'll put all the comments into a hat and draw one and send it your way. So that's my way of saying thanks for watching and coming along this crazy journey with me. And I'll see you next time, for real. So leave your comments, tell your friends, have a good time. Okay, bye-bye.